संथारा। राजस्थान के हाई कोर्ट ने संथारे पर रोक लगाकर जैन अल्पसंख्यक समुदायों की धार्मिक गतिविधि की स्वाधीनता पर एक प्रश्न चिन्ह खड़ा कर दिया है। भारत जैसे धर्मनिरपेक्ष देश के अंदर अल्पसंख्यक की और वह भी अहिंसक समाज, नैतिकता और प्रामाणिकता से जीवन जीने वाला समाज, आत्महत्या को महापाप समझने वाला समाज के पंडित मरण मृत्यु महोत्सव को अदालत ने आत्महत्या के समक्ष दर्जा देकर उस पर रोक लगा दिया है।
Sallekhana means that when a person is about to die, he just gathers all his energy. The reason might be because he's too old or he's suffering from some disease where he knows he's about to die. That is when a person decides, like, I have lived enough, and when I'm dying, let me die peacefully. Let me not harm others and end up my life.
Jainism is one of the oldest religions in India. Its followers believe that they must lead a life of non-violence and asceticism. It is derived from the word Jina, which means conqueror. Jina is one who has suppressed his passions, attained supreme knowledge, and are free from all attachments. A person taking Santhara has to follow the 5 Mahavrats, the core tenets of Jainism, including celibacy and non-possession. Dheeraj Dak is a 28-year-old Jain who believes in the concept of Santhara.
Santhara is something which you think and you would just take it. It is not like that. If you are very good human and your energy has been always positive, you have been very compassionate about others, only then you come to that stage where you want to leave everything. Your aura should be very pure. So as a person who takes Sallekhana, he need to be very positive. And when it comes to me, I would definitely want to take Santhara. If I want to contribute to the world, why wouldn't I do it? Yeah. And as it is said, as Gandhiji have told, to change the world, be the change. So I would definitely want to take that change, that step ahead.
कोई मनोबल आलो इस आदमी है बस्ती मंजे जी सब वही ले सकता आप भतीजा बीजी भाई सब मतलब
परिवार
में नया क्लास बना दियो
संपन्न परिवार है, धार्मिक परिवार है, सब पुराना परिवार सब दृष्टि से
बस्ती मंजे नया क्लास बना दिए
50 साल लगे आपने आए ना 60 साल सब पुराना परिवार.
So when you practice these 5 pillars of Jainism, that 5 Mahavratas, when you take a vow on this and you practice the fullest sense, that is Santhara which you practice, and this is not in violation or against the rights guaranteed under the Constitution of India, which is 2 articles basically, Article 25 and Article 21. Article 25 speaks about practice of religion which does not create disturbance to the public order, morality and health. And Article 21 speaks about your right to life and liberty. So while practicing this Santhara to attain emancipation, which is the ultimate object of Jainism, you do not violate any of these articles guaranteed under the Constitution of India. In fact, if you are not allowed to practice this, they are in violation to your rights guaranteed under the Constitution of India.
On August 10, 2015, Santhara was banned by the Rajasthan High Court. It said that Santhara was not an essential practice of the Jain community to be protected under right to freedom of religion under Article 25 of the Constitution, and that it was in violation of right to life under Article 21. The practice was made punishable under Section 309, which is attempt to suicide, and Section 306, which is abetment to suicide.
In suicide, a person who is not able to fulfill his wants, who is a failure, he decides to end up his life. And in Sallekhana, a person is nirbhay. He gives abedan to all. Abedan means he is just allowing everyone to live. That is what a person does. This is what Sallekhana is all about. So I don't think so it is wrong. and it should not be done.
The interpretation of law helps in differentiating between Santhara and suicide.
See, what is suicide is when you know, when you have given up in your life in terms of your materialistic requirements, you may end up committing suicide, which is an involuntary action, bringing your self to a position where you kill and you die yourself. There is nothing spiritualistic approach involved in it. And as I told you now, your Santhara is not something killing yourself by just not eating. It is the practice of 5 Mahavratas, by taking a vow that I would not be doing all this and I would stand by it and I stick on to it. And in the process of doing that, one of the practices I don't eat. That too keeping in the mind that I don't harm the plants or the living beings and the water, the living beings in which the water live in the water. So if during that course of my practice, if my life goes, I am not killing myself. In the course of practicing the non-violence, if my bodily life goes off, still the soul for which I am aiming at to get emancipated is achieved. It is not adding more karma to my soul, it is weeding out my karma. So the right to life is not taken away here. So it cannot be any day compared with suicide with Santhara.
On August 31st, 2015, the Supreme Court of India stayed the ban, saying that Jain scholars were not consulted by the Rajasthan High Court before passing the judgment.
Anybody, it's a democratic country, India, anybody can raise a question, anybody can file a case, and whoever has filed it, I am very grateful to him. Because of him, lot of other people would come to know about it, which is a very good thing, and might be they follow it. And about verdict, court is positive, so I think the question itself closes.
One of the core issues in the public interest litigation filed against Santhara was that it deteriorated the person's health, thereby leading to his death.
Now, how do you understand the health? Health is something where by practicing something as a religious practice, I don't spoil the health of a person. While practicing Santhara, as I told you, one of the core issue is that during the period of Santhara you don't eat food. So why don't you feel that your health is spoiling? Here it is not the concept of spoiling the health. It is the concept of not being violent by eating food and drinking water. So it is the other way around. It is not my health which is important. It is the living being which is very important for me. That is the true sense of non-violence. I am seeing two things here, that I am cleansing my karma by practicing non-violence, and I am not harming the living beings such as by not eating food and water, and just I am abstaining myself from being tempted or filling myself to eat something. So that is the concept of food here. So I am not violating Article 25 by not practicing something which will spoil the health of mine or any individual.
I think Sallekhana is just the highest degree of compassion. A person who takes Sallekhana, he thinks about every single living creature of this world, because every single want what we fulfill, it's just a material living, it comes out of products, lot of industries have come up, it's for our own wants. We just exploit everything, we rip the world apart. That is what we have done to our Mother Earth. So much pollution, air, water, soil will kill so many living creatures. That person who takes Sallekhana, he shows that highest level of compassion and decides to not to eat food. He knows he is about to die. Not to eat food, and there is a stage of Sallekhana where a person, if he is very strong, he even decides not to even move his body. even if he is lifted and thrown somewhere in the water or somewhere in jungle, he will just remain still. Reaching that stillness is what you do in meditation, and that is what is done even in Sallekhana, and this is what Sallekhana is all about.